Hey, what's up, Internet? I'm Troy to the Max Extreme.
And I'm Ghost Hunter Dave.
And this is Imperious Rex. Today's show we'll be discussing Scott Snyder's Batman run.
Oh, man.
I know.
Can we call it classic yet?
It could be a contemporary classic.
Let's do it.
We've done
Count
it.
of three.
3, 2, 1.
Oh,
Now, classic.
classic.
Nailed it.
All right, welcome back, everybody. Today we're talking about Scott Snyder and Greg Capullo's...
Yes.
Is that it? Capullo?
Capullo.
Is that it? The double L makes a Y?
I say it cool, like Capullo.
Well, anyway, we're talking about these two cats' run on Batman, which was relaunched in 2011 as part of DC's New 52 initiative. Something that was met with mixed reviews and the response from the fans. It has some good stuff in there.
First of all, this.
First and foremost, this. I was going to build to this.
Oh,
but
sorry.
No, we'll just jump right to it. This is the best. This is the best thing to come out of New 52. And it is, it might be the best continuous run on Batman ever?
Question mark? It very well could
I don't
be.
know. So let's go back to the beginning. Kicked off with Court of Owls.
Yeah.
Batman #1.
Yes.
So, Court of Owls, Troy.
Mhm.
One of my favorite Batman arcs of all time.
I would completely agree.
Unfortunately, I don't know if it ever gets better than the first volume.
Yeah,
And that's not to say the other ones are bad, it's that this one is so good.
So good.
Yeah.
Yeah. It would be anyone would be hard pressed to like get to this caliber of like this had to be cooking in Snyder's head for a long time. And it paid off in spades. Like everything from like having an owl to be a predator to Batman to just weird like the 13th floor of all these buildings are like little nests for the owls.
Yeah, I
It's
forget
like-
how much detail is put into some of just, like just the detective work of Batman.
Yeah.
It's a great start because everyone knows Batman. They know he's the greatest detective. But here he puts him up against a new enemy that's been living right under his nose this entire time. And now, like, the master detective who knows every square inch of Gotham suddenly uncovers this super secret organization that's been there for decades.
Yeah. For centuries.
Yeah. It's really, really cool. And, this isn't Snyder's first take on Batman either. He wrote The Black Mirror, which is amazing.
Yep.
Also one of the best Batman takes.
Yeah.
And that was during the Dick Grayson as Batman era.
Yep.
And I think he co-wrote The Gates of Gotham, which was another cool one. And he definitely has a knack for exploring, like, secret histories of cities and architecture and what it all represents and what it was built to do. So that just adds this whole nother layer that you don't normally get with the superheroics or just the flat out like detective crime fighting of a Batman book.
Yeah.
One of my favorite parts of Court of Owls is this moment where Batman, who's always prepared, always on the top of his game, gets like completely bested by the court and he gets trapped in this underground maze.
Yeah, that was really good.
And he's in there like you can't even really gauge. He's in there for days and he's just kind of losing his mind essentially. Just completely going bonkers and he's trapped in this just endless maze of corridors and it's got this really great repetitive theme where every time he goes into this room a camera snaps his picture and he looks on the wall and sees all the other people that the Court of Owls has put down here. The first time they get there, they're looking somewhat human, and by the end of it, they're just like so beaten down and crazed. Yeah. And Batman is like the 5 o'clock shadow. One of his white contacts gets knocked out, so he's got one white eye and one regular eye.
Yeah.
And he just looks just insane. It's such a cool take on Batman, who's always on top of the situation. To see him out of his element like that, and like completely beaten by an organization that he had no clue existed, was a really original take to do the first arc with. Yeah,
and the issue was even made even more crazy because Capullo like draws it very experimentally.
Is it Capullo?
I'm just saying it like that. But like at one point you keep turning the page and like the page will shift, so you have to keep turning the book to read it.
I forgot about that. Yeah.
And so it just makes the madness even more ramped up, and I was like thought it was expertly done.
Yeah.
Well, the Court of Owls was so strong that it was followed by City of Owls.
Where it was like the attack on Wayne Manor by the Talon group, which was this group of undead assassins that the Court of Owls would send out to do their bidding. And then there's this really kind of bizarre twist on the Batman legacy there. Something that he doesn't flat out say, this is what it is, but it raises some eyebrows. And I can see some fans being like, absolutely not. No, that's not my Batman. Whereas it's an interesting take. He's not saying it is that, but it could be. And we'll spoil it here. It's that Bruce potentially has a brother.
For me, like, I read it as this guy is actually not biologically his brother, but he's like built it up in his head that he is. That's the way I interpreted it, but I know it can be interpreted in a few different ways as well.
Yeah, and I think that's smart of Snyder, because that doesn't make them have to retcon anything. It just leaves it ambiguous.
Yeah.
And he does a lot of that with the Joker, too, as it goes on, which it's a cool take.
And the first two arcs were smartly Joker-free, because he's out of the picture.
For a whole year.
Yeah. Until the third arc, where it was Death of the Family.
Yeah, where the Joker comes back sans face.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. And this was an odd take on the Joker that got some criticism, but you know what? I kind of liked it. It brought this grotesque horror element that we haven't seen from him ever. You know, where he essentially wears his own skinned face as a mask in like a Leatherface style. And then goes through trying to tell Batman that his family, his Bat family of Robin, Nightwing, whoever, has kind of weakened him, and he needs to get them out of the picture to become the Bat King of Gotham that he's meant to be. And Joker is like his jester who's there to make Batman a better superhero. It's kind of this weird take on the possibility that Joker loves Batman.
Yeah. Not in like a weird, like sexual way, but like that they have like a connection to each other. You know what I mean? Like,
it's a yin yang.
Yeah. They like need each other to survive. So when like he just loves the fact that there is a Batman out there, and he is like his perfect partner.
Yeah, absolute perfect foil.
I actually really like
each other.
And to hear Scott Snyder talk about it, it's just like, it rings so true. It's like, oh yeah, of course that would be the reason.
One thing, Snyder starts off with a lot of strong horror elements, goes into almost a little retro camp moments with the look back at Zero Year. And then goes into just this bombastic action set pieces in the wrap-up of his run. But he never loses the spirit of Batman. Like, throughout his entire run on Batman, he proves that he gets Batman. Like, absolutely. He understands what makes Batman Batman. 0 Year should be mentioned because it was basically like... Well, I mean, it was Batman Year Zero. It was kind of the precursor to Year One, or a different take on that. Which kind of drew inspiration from a number of different, very, very old early appearances from Batman, where he fights a weird villain named Dr. Death, who's never really been used since. He does a grotesque take on him. He has the Batman with the purple gloves and shows like some of Bruce's training. And it's really interesting. It also heavily hints, if not flat out tells, that the Joker is the Red Hood leader, and goes into another iteration of the Joker as this crazy gang leader. And all of that is good. I think the one detriment of some of these arcs is they feel a little long. Like, Court of Owls is fantastic. City of Owls made it feel a little too long.
Yeah.
Death in the Family was pretty good, I thought.
Yeah.
0 Year went about...
a trade too long.
Yeah, about a trade too long.
That was one of my complaints too, because even in Court of Owls, like as good as it was, there are like long points of like exposition that I'm like, okay, I like that adds to the story, but then as the series kind of progresses, I feel like he wasn't reined in enough, maybe.
Yeah.
And maybe that's just his style. Like I know that's his style. Like he's he's wordier than other people, but sometimes it's like, oh my god, there's so much.
Yeah.
There's so much, and like especially with 0 Year, like I felt like it went on really long. And I know they set out to do this whole year-long thing, but it can be broken up into almost two different stories, because there's a Riddler arc and there's a Dr. Death arc as well.
Yep.
So it while that helps to break it up, it's still under the same 0 Year umbrella. And if you're trying to like just shotgun all these things, it's like, oh, they're still doing this.
Yeah, and the fact that it's basically backstory, so you're not progressing the main plot line that you've been reading. You're taking a year off to not really get you any further in the overall story. But it is enjoyable. Like, I mean, it's good. Reading them all one after another, it might kind of drag a bit, but I think if you spaced them out enough, it would be a great read.
Yeah. Well, Batman sells, because Batman is the greatest character ever, and Scott Snyder shows that in spades. Like, Batman is just amazing.
Yeah, and around this time, he was actually, like, co-plotting out Batman Eternal, which was another year-long series that they were doing. But that was a really cool year-long mystery, kind of in the vein of the new the 52 that they did, a weekly book, which had kind of a round robin of writers and artists tackling it. And that one ended up kind of resolving the Court of Owls storyline.
Oh, right on.
So is it Lincoln March? Was that his pseudo brother? Yeah. His storyline is kind of wrapped up in that.
Oh, cool.
Which I completely forgot about it until I went back and looked at it, and I was like, oh shit, yeah, that was what they did with Court of Owls. So overall, like, man, it's a hell of a run. It had the misfortune of being amazing right out of the gate, so that I don't know if it could ever live up to that.
It's like one of the best things the New 52 ever brought to us.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be up there along with like the Frank Miller and some of the Neil Adams and Denny O'Neil, like some of the greats in the Batman lineage is Scott Snyder and Capullo.
Yep, I completely agree. So that was Snyder's and Capullo's. Capullo's?
Capullo. You're just trying it out every which way but loose.
Seeing if they all fit. But that was their phenomenal New 52 Batman run. What did you think of Snyder's Batman run? Did you read it? Are you going to read it? Let us know down below. And until next time, I've been Short of the Max Extreme.
And I've been Ghost Hunter Dave.
Are you sure?
Relatively sure.
Well, this has been Imperious Rex.
Or has it?